move on then and find out what the Q4 updates are then and which are the stocks that will be in the spotlight. On the back of this, we've got Ashesha to break it down for us. Ashesha, morning.
Well, yes, first let's talk about Tata Motors, which has reported JLR operational update for the fourth quarter, where wholesale sales have risen by about 10% on a sequential basis and about 16% on a year-on-year basis. Retail sales, meanwhile, saw an uptick of about 11% YoY and a growth of 5% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Remember, this momentum, both on a sequential and on a year-on-year basis, is on account of sustained global demand as well as increasing production. Remember, for Tata Motors JLR this time around, they have not released their free cash flow or FCF number for the second consecutive quarter, and they've also not come up with their order book guidance, which in any case was on a declining trend. This is a bit of a negative that has come in, but all in all, JLR numbers for the fourth quarter are largely in line with what the street was working with. Apart from this, let's talk about Sula, where net revenues for the fourth quarter are up 11% on a year-on-year basis, and elite and premium owned brands was what led growth for the company this time around, and this segment saw an up 15% YoY. As far as their segment-wise performance is concerned, owned brands revenue is up 9% YoY, while wine brands business revenue is up nearly 31% on a year-on-year basis. So keep an eye out on Sula as well on the back of operational updates. Moving on to a couple of earnings that were reported yesterday, in that we have Popular Vehicles. Remember, it is a recently listed entity where revenues are up 16% YoY. Margins have expanded to 4.3% versus 4.1% that the company had reported same time last year. So on a year-on-year basis, margins have expanded by nearly 20 basis points. Moving on to Cupid, another small counter, we don't usually talk about it. Revenues are up a whopping 52% on a year-on-year basis, and margins have also expanded a whole lot. In fact, for the fourth quarter, EBITDA margins stood at about 49.2% versus 25% that the company had reported same time last year. So solid margin expansion. Cupid will also be in focus on the back.